Hello, how are you today? My name is Pst.St.KelviN Obas, and this is The Plain Truth. Thank you for sharing our videos and also for liking our page on Facebook. Today, I'll be talking to you on the topic that says how to confuse your village people. You see, as an African, one of the things you need to learn on time is learning how to confuse your village people, because as you grow bigger in life, if you don't know how to confuse your village people, one thing is certain, they could finish you before you know it. But I pray that that will not be your portion in Jesus' name. Also, when I'm talking about village people, I'm not talking about your village location. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about here is the certain kind of persons that have the mentality, the jealous, they are so jealous, extreme jealousy. This kind of person that doesn't want you to progress. When they see your progress, they are angry. They are not progressing, and they don't also want to see anybody to progress. These are your number one village people. They could be your neighbor, your colleague. They could also be people in your village as well. All right, but you see, these kind of persons, they are found mostly in the rural area, places that have been underdeveloped. You could see that you can you can drive some big cars in the city. It doesn't mean anything, but if you drive it in those locations, they can even kill you because of it. So you need to understand this. All right, and then you need to know that these village mentality people, they are everywhere. And let's look at the mentality of this kind of persons called the village people. Number one is assumption mentality. They assume things and they believe what they assume. You see, the word assumption, the assumption knowledge is the lowest level of knowledge. All right, and also the other thing there is entitlement mentality. This entitlement mentality is that when they see you, they'll say, once they see that you're doing well, they'll say, God has blessed you so that you can bless us. What happened to their hands? Can't they work as well? All right, take for instance a young man who is hustling in Lagos. He has been there hustling, staying in one little cubicle, one little room and all that. He decided to come home to say, okay, let me come and be of help to my parents, at least to make them smile. Buying a wrapper or buy something, or maybe yam or something. When he gets to the village, the first thing that happened, because he's speaking English, he's not speaking their dialect, they can attack him and say, look at who are you showing yourself to and all that. No, that's not the real thing. But because they assume whatever you do that is not in their level gets them angry. All right, and then maybe just presenting those things to the mother and all that, or the parents. They get angry. They say, they show yourself, idiot. Who they show yourself, they give. That's not why the person came, but because they have assumption mentality, they can almost kill that person for that reason. So you must understand how to confuse them. All right. Also, let's say for a civil servant who has been working for 30-something years, haven't received his or her gratuity, decide to go to the home to say, let me build that home. Immediately start digging the foundation. Instead of some village people or people with village mentality to come and see how they can assist him or even work for them to get paid, they won't do that. They will be at the corner side and then they start asking for money. Start telling them all kinds of things happening. My picking one goes school, one fee goes school, I beg if you help me. So are you expecting the person to now leave the work, leave the building and use the money to settle your children? Is that what you are expecting? That's not the right thing, but that is their mentality. All right. So how do we confuse these people? These village people, or these people with village mentality? Beloved, number one way to confuse them is this. One, look, sometimes you got to play the fool, to fool the fool that thinks that is fooling you. The Bible speaking in the book of Ecclesiastes, the Bible says that wisdom is better than the weapons of war. All right? If going to the village in person will cost you your life, send somebody. I know of a man whom, when he gets to the entrance of his village, he put his car behind, changed to rag. That is what he's using to confuse them, and is making sense for him and is working for him. You must develop your own. All right? If taking your big phones that mean nothing in the city, but it means as if you are enjoying the whole world in the village, if taking to the village will cause you a problem, drop it. Just bear the sacrifice. Because of that, kidnap somebody. So just take a Nokia 310, one useless phone, and go there and be in their level. They will be happy. All right? Then when you get to the village and you want to build, you know what you do? Send somebody, and when you get there, tell them to, when he digs the foundation, use them to dig the foundation, the village people, or the village people with village mentality. After digging it, let them start digging. When they dig to the next step, when you want to pay them, don't pay them in full, pay them half. Let them start insulting you. Let them start calling you all kinds of names. Idiot, fool. You just came from the city to come and use us to work here. Those causes, they're your divine defense. You need it for them to leave you alone. For when they start seeing that, they assume in their head, they'll say, no, we even thought he has money, doesn't have money, and all that. So these are some of the ways you confuse them. Remember that village people, they are everywhere. All right? They could be your neighbor. It could be anybody. Anyone that thinks that is fooling you. Play the fool to fool that fool that thinks that you are a fool. And then once you are doing that, you will be overcoming it all the time. Remember that village people, They are everywhere. Anyway, let me stop here. This advice is actually free of charge. You will only pay for it when you don't take it. My name is Pst.St.KelviN Obas, and this is The Plain Truth. Thank you, and God bless you. Ciao, ciao.